topic of today's show. The title topic of today's show is the Dallas Cowboys. America's team is back, baby. Not only did they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers last night, they dominated a great Pittsburgh Steelers team. Dak led the Cowboys on an 84-yard game-winning drive. Of course, the running back fumbled at the one-yard line, but Dak, being the MVP level top 5 quarterback that he is, jumped on that ball, saved the Cowboys season, and 2 plays later threw a game-winning pass to Tolbert. That's right, guys. I said the Dallas Cowboys dominated the Pittsburgh Steelers this weekend. So, guys, with all that being said, we know how great the Dallas Cowboys are. We all know how great the Dallas Cowboys are going to be. We all know that the Dallas Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. But are they back? Do they need Devontae? Do they need a running back? Do they need some defensive help? Are they back? Are they here? Guys, I can tell you last night, the defense finally stepped up. The Dallas Cowboys defense finally stepped up and shut down a really good Pittsburgh Steelers offense. Held them to under 100 yards rushing, only 92 yards in that game. Justin Fields only passed for 131 yards passing. And the Dallas Cowboys had 5 missing starters. 5 starters out. 5 starters out, and they still dominated the Pittsburgh Steelers up and down the field. The Cowboys, in past, guys, would lose a game like that normally. When things are not going 100% their way, Dak Prescott turns the ball over, they fumble in the end zone, they throw an interception in the end zone. The old Cowboys would have collapsed under that pressure. The old Cowboys would have chalked it in, and it would have been a 34-6 game there. The new Dallas Cowboys are in town. The boys are back, and the boys are going to the Super Bowl. Now, I'm not saying that the Dallas Cowboys are a complete team yet. I'm not saying that the Dallas Cowboys are a Super Bowl caliber team yet. But what I am saying, you add another receiver, you add another running back, you potentially add some defensive parts as well while the other people are on IR, meaning Jordan Phillips and DeMarco Lawrence. They're probably out for the rest of the season. Go out there and get a Myles Garrett. Go out there and get a Jadeveon Clowney. Go out there and potentially get somebody like a Chris Jones. I don't know, somebody. They have $24 million in cap space to get a guy. The Bengals are going to be a fire sale. The Browns are going to be a fire sale. The Jets are going to be a fire sale. Go out there and get somebody to help on that defense. You guys understand that the Dallas Cowboys went into Pittsburgh Steelers, Heinz Field, Three Rivers Stadium, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what the new name is now. Three Rivers Stadium. It is a tough place to not only to play and to compete, but to win in a dominant fashion. Guys, the Dallas Cowboys are back. The Dallas Cowboys are back. They have back-to-back wins. They are going to the moon, baby. And next week when the Detroit Lions come into town, they're going to report eligible. They're going to run that play that the Detroit Lions couldn't play just to flex on them as well. Guys, understand this. The Dallas Cowboys are the men. They are the myths, and they are the legends, and they are going to the Super Bowl. The Dallas Cowboys are on top of the world right now. Dak Prescott is him. Zeke is still 16-yard Zeke, but CeeDee Lamb, double, triple team all night long, still 8 all night long. And the Dallas Cowboys found themselves a number 2 receiver, Tolbert. Tolbert is their number 2 receiver. Understand that. Guys, the Dallas Cowboys are going to be a problem for many teams moving forward. Moving forward. So what do you guys think? Are the Dallas Cowboys back on track? Are the Dallas Cowboys ready to be a dominant team? Are the Dallas Cowboys ready to run the NFC East? Answer to that question is all yes, but I'm curious to see what you guys think. What do you guys think about the Dallas Cowboys? Are they them? Are they them? Are they them? Let's see here. Jim says dominant? Dominant? Got a little luck, Tolbert crossed the line. Listen, Dak Prescott was on that last drive. Tolbert should have had a touchdown in the back of the end zone, but you always got to protect those McNuggets, and he couldn't do that. And like Dak said, you know what? Since I bruised those boys, let me bruise those hands and let me put you one right there and get you in the end zone, baby. So you can use those boys tonight. Because we're going to have baby Tolberts all over Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania this time next season. Wasn't luck. Wasn't luck, Jim. Wasn't luck. It's domination. When the Dallas Cowboys can't rush the ball all season long and they rush for 119 yards, holding a dominant Pittsburgh Steelers running game to under 92 yards, that's a dominant performance. When you dominate the passing game, throw for well over 300 yards, and you only allow Justin Fields to throw for 131, that's a dominant performance. If they wouldn't have had the three interceptions, the three turnovers, this would have been a blowout. Jim, you know this was a dominant game. You know the Dallas Cowboys are the real deal. You know that they're back on top. Bacon Junk says, hey, you look gay. Hey. If you don't look it, how can you be it, right? I'm just saying. No. John says, no, just broke back. They don't got a broke back. They may have been broken the backs of the Pittsburgh Steelers fans last night because they rode them all night long, baby. Let's go. And Laura says, I wouldn't call that dominating last night. If you wouldn't call it dominating, Laura, what would you call it? Would you call it an ass kicking? Would you call it a personal assistant doing a favor by whooping that ass? Whatever verbiage you want to use, the Dallas Cowboys did it last night. Dak Prescott, 352 yards passing. Justin Fields, 131. Dominated that 1-3. Rushing yards, 119 yards for the Dallas Cowboys, 92 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Dominated that. Najee Harris only had 42 yards rushing. Rico had 87 yards rushing. Doubled that up. That is a dominant performance, guys. That is a dominant performance. And nobody thinks anything. You just are reaching homer. Buck is in one of his fits. Hey, I'm just speaking the truth, baby. There might be a Dallas Cowboys ball right there on the wall. There might be a Micah Parsons jerseys in my closet. There might be another Dak Prescott jersey in my wife's closet. There might be a Emmitt Smith jersey in my kid's closet. There might be a Sean Lee signed autograph hat hanging on my wall that I wear damn near every day when I'm not wearing my Chiefs hat. There's no homerness here. There's no homerness here. Laura says, I was wondering if he fell and bumped his head a little hard this morning. Listen, I do got some tile and hardwood floors. We did have the windows open last night. There may have been a little dew on the floor. But damn it, the Cowboys are back, baby. They're back. John says, I was no helmet day. It was a no helmet day. John, I am rubber, you are glue. What bounces off me sticks to you. And James says it will always be Three River Stadium and always will be. Just like how Arrowhead will always be Arrowhead. Just like Dallas Stadium will be always Dallas Stadium, right? Just like Soldier Field would always be Soldier Field. It is what it is. Like I get it. And James says, whoa, slow it down, baby. The Cowboys are not going to the Super Bowl. If the Cowboys are not going to the Super Bowl, who is then? It sure the hell isn't the Detroit Lions. Right now, it sure the hell isn't the Green Bay Packers struggling against the LA Rams. It's not the 49ers talking about trash. Oh, is it the Chicago Bears? Are the Chicago Bears going to the Super Bowl? Is it the Eagles? You mean that dumpster fire is getting ready to fire their coach? Oh, Buck, watch out for the Commanders. They're so great. They're 4-1. Jalen Daniels is playing out of his mind. Yeah, he is playing good. Still gonna play the Dallas Cowboys twice. Once the Cowboys whoop that ass here in a few weeks, bada bing, bada boom, downward spiral, baby. And John says Dallas can't stop the run, and Detroit is a running team. You are going to eat crow. What am I wrong about? Did the Dallas Cowboys not stop a decent Pittsburgh Steelers running game last night? Did the Dallas Cowboys not shut down a good passing game from Justin Fields last night? Did the Dallas Cowboys not walk all over a top 5 defense in the Pittsburgh Steelers last night? They did. They did. And I don't care if Detroit Lions are on a bye week or not. I don't care if they're 100% healthy. I don't care if they're 1,000% healthy. They are not going to walk into Dallas Stadium. They are not going to try to report eligible again. And they're not going to beat the Dallas Cowboys. Even if they rush for 250 yards, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. And James says we will see a 4-peat before the Dallas Cowboys win a Super Bowl. I wouldn't mind that. Jim just threw up in his mouth. Says, Laura says, no. And did I say no? Guys, I think you're sleeping on the Dallas Cowboys. I think y'all sleeping on the Dallas Cowboys. They are back. They're dominant. They're good. They're going to add Devontae Adams. They're going to add a running back in there, whether it's Travis Etienne or elevate Delvin Cook. They are going to even get better before this November 5th trade deadline. You can no all you want there, Laura. The facts are all those no's are going to be yeses here in a couple weeks when the Dallas Cowboys dominate. That's right. I said dominate the the Detroit Lions next week when they go into Candlelight Stadium and dominate the San Francisco 49ers. And when they go into Mercedes-Benz Dome in Atlanta and dominate the Falcons and then dominate the Eagles, you guys are going to be singing a totally different tune. Yeah, they beat the Giants. Giants beat a pretty good Seattle team. Giants are not that bad. See, the Steelers were a top 7 team in my NFL power rankings. Pretty good team. Yeah, they had a 2-game skid, sure. But they played some really good teams here. Cowboys going to beat the Lions, 49ers, Falcons, Eagles coming up. And then all those no's, Laura, you're going to be eating crow. And John says, I think somebody's a couple nuggets short of a Happy Meal today. LMAO. Nope. Nope. James says, we'll see. That was kind of a game that can turn a season around. Thank you, James. Now, obviously, I've been kind of playing up the hype a little bit here. The Dallas Cowboys do have some room to grow still. Let's just be honest. Doing it for the haters, right? Haters make you famous. But James is right. A win like this is a game that can turn your season around, right? The Dallas Cowboys were really complexed about stopping the run this game, right? They're worst rush defense in the NFL. We talked bad about them all last week. They couldn't even stop a bleeding nose, right? Emphasis this week was to stop the run, and that's exactly what they did. They made the Steelers a one-dimensional team. They dominated that game. There's always that one point in the season, that one game that you can point to on a team like the Cowboys, like the Eagles from last season, like the Cincinnati Bengals this year. That one game could turn around the whole season. If the Bengals would have beat the Ravens last night after being down 14 points, that could have turned around their whole season. It could have. And I agree with that, James. This is a game that we can kind of circle and be like, look, the Cowboys were kind of like this. They were going down slowly on a decline, on a descendo, some might call it if you're a music nerd. Boom, we hit the exit, to the moon, baby. To the moon. Arthur Brown says that sideline looked like an old TV show, Dallas. Wow. Rusty Wrench is in the in the chat here. Says how many points had the Steelers scored per game? It was around 20. Steelers were not a high scoring offense by any stretch of the imagination, but at the same time, the Steelers did get hot in the second half. They did score 14 points in the second half, right? Both teams started out slow and come back positive in the second half. James says the Cowboys winning was my positive from yesterday. Giving Pittsburgh that L. Let's go. Anthony Brown. What's up, Anthony Brown? Hope you're enjoying the show today. He says, I wouldn't call it a dominating win, but a win is a win. We dominated the statistics for sure. Yeah. The stat category was definitely dominated by the Dallas Cowboys. I believe the time of possession was dominated by the Dallas Cowboys as well. But like I said, if they didn't have those 3 turnovers, this 20-17 game could have been 30-10. 30-6, right? It could have been a very dominating more scoreboard wise. Laura says, are the Cowboys better than Kansas City? Is that what you're saying? I'm saying on paper, the Kansas City Chiefs are not the best team in the NFL. On paper, with Rashid Rice out, the Kansas City Chiefs may not even be a top 10 team on paper. But the Kansas City Chiefs find ways to win. The Kansas City Chiefs have the coaching staff. The Kansas City Chiefs have been there and done that. So if we're looking at strictly at paper, yes, the Dallas Cowboys are better than the Kansas City Chiefs. But in real life, the Kansas City Chiefs are better than the Dallas Cowboys. In real life, the Kansas City Chiefs are the best team in the NFL until proven otherwise. That's just the way it is. Anthony Brown says, game should have been a blowout when you really think about it. The fumbles and turnovers really kept Pittsburgh in it. Thank you. Somebody with some logic has entered the chat. Everybody give Anthony Brown a round of applause because this is what I've been saying. You all are just looking at the box score. You all are just looking at the score. 2017 game-winning drive. No. Those three turnovers, 2 interceptions by Dak, I might add, really kept the Pittsburgh Steelers in it. I believe one of those interceptions was in the end zone. Anthony Brown, thank you, man. Thank you. Jim says Buck helmet is a prescription grade. It is. It is. It's that hard from. Laura says, do I need to supply the crowns? As long as they're Crayolas, I don't like none of those IHOP molded wax crap. They break too easy. Give me some Crayolas. But John's right. I would probably eat them. James says the Super Bowl is going to be a battle of the birds. Falcons versus Ravens. I don't know. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. What the hell are y'all talking about?